Good evening, friends. Welcome to PSIR Analytica. I am Nikhil Gowda, the Political Science and International Relations faculty at InsightsIAS. So today's question, what we are going to discuss is from paper 1, part A. The thinker is Thomas Hobbes. So let us look what is the question. The question says that comment on Hobbes' notion of political obligation. So question is simple. They are asking you what was, not what was, you need to comment on it. First you have to tell what is Hobbes' notion of political obligation. Then you have to comment on it. You know, what is your view or what are the counter views in that regard. So in this regard, you can start your answer by introducing Hobbes. So in Hobbes, you can write, Hobbes is considered as the first modern thinker. He has written a very important work called as Leviathan. And then you can go on to say that Hobbes is also known as one of the greatest individualists, as at the same time is also known as one of the greatest absolutists in that regard. Then you can go on to write political obligation means the grounds for why people have to obey the state. Then you can go on to explaining what was Hobbes' notion. Hobbes did not bring about unlimited obligation. He actually through social contract brought limited obligation. That people will obey the state in return for state trying to give them protection to their security, life, etc. If it fails to provide, then people can revolt against the state. But then you can speak about, there is two bases of his political obligation. One, there is a moral basis. On moral basis, why Hobbes says that you have to obey the state? Because since people have signed the contract, on their full wishes, they have to obey the state. Second one, there is a political basis to his obligation, saying that if you don't follow or oblige to the state, then you will go back to what? The state of nature, which is state of anarchy and which is a threat to individuals' life in that regard. Hence, to come out of this insecurity, you need to obey the state. Then you can write about the critical evaluation part, saying that Hobbes through this notion of political obligation has sowed the seeds for a absolutist state, and then you can go on to say that this notion of political obligation cannot always be the basis of any state. In a way, people cannot be forced to obey the state out of fear, as T.H. Green says that it is the will, not force, the basis of a state. But however, you can write in the conclusion says that one greatest contribution of Thomas Hobbes through social contract, he introduced limited obligation and he moved away from the unlimited obligation which existed during the divine rights of the state in that regard. So this can be the ambit of your answer. So just focus on what is the demand of the question. Don't write unnecessarily things which are not needed. Here the main question they are asking is, what is Hobbes' notion of political obligation? So tell what is his notion of political obligation, then decipher it, bringing your opinion in that regard or giving counter views of the scholars who do not agree with such a notion of obligation. So friends, this can be the structure of your answer. If you have written this much, you have addressed the demand of the question. So always have clarity in your answers. Make sure the evaluator able to understand your answer in a very systematic way. That is one of the beauty of answer writing in that regard. Simplifying things. As InsightsIAS says that we simplify preparation, similarly your answer should simplify the understanding of the evaluator. So friends, with this we have come to an end to today's session. I'll meet you tomorrow again with a new set of scholars. Thank you.